This is Ebony Championship Wrestling, the podcast where the square circle comes alive and we deep dive everything WWE from a diverse perspective. Backlash is in the rearview mirror. The king and queen of the ring tournaments are upon us. The boys are here. Wrestling is cool, and this is ECW. Let's get it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, or wrestling fans across the globe. I am the Jackie Miles, your final host. Welcome to your screen, the man of 41 holds, Mr. Dirt Sheets himself, Montay, aka Coach Montay. You can follow him on Instagram at Coach Montay24. Yes, we're up to 41 holds now. Also gracing us with his presence is our tribal chief, Griff, aka Griff Nation. Find Griff on Instagram at GriffNation84 and on X at CGriff84. Behind the scenes, as always, is my bodyguard, the wise man, B Dix. Call that bitch my bodyguard. Yeah, that's my bodyguard.
Yeah, that's my
When you see him in the
bodyguard.
streets, holla, what up, though? You'll find him on Cash App at BDix989. Find us all on Instagram at Ebony Championship Wrestling and on X at Ebony Championship Rest. Gentlemen, how's everybody feeling? It's been a long time since we've seen each other, just 48 hours. Griff, what's going on, my boy? Everything all right?
Man, I'm just kind of scratching my head how Coach went from 39 to 41 holes in 48 hours. I mean, I know he returned back to the football field to do his passion, but man, did he get number 40 on one of the kids? No, we just
picked up two over the weekend. He picked up
yeah,
two over the weekend.
It was just make sure my niece Whoopi wasn't part of that too, bro. So
there's a couple of them that was close today. So those
but other than that, man, fellas, I'm doing good, man. No, it's been 48 hours since we last saw each other. Recap the wonderful, phenomenal PLE that I'm still ringing in my head. I've been watching the clips and highlights and just fascinated about that crowd, man. Just can't shake that out of my head. But I'm doing great, man. Ready to rock and roll, man. Discuss and get back to the fellowship with you guys tonight, brothers.
Coach, how you feeling tonight, brother?
Good, man. Like I said, it's been a great 48 hours. Like you said, wrestling. Never been more proud to be a WWE fan than this weekend. I think it after Mania, because you guys, y'all remember in years past watching this product, especially under the Vince regime. After Mania, it's kind of like, oh, we snoozing during the month of May, but hey, this is. I'm just happy that we still glued and we locked and we getting banger after banger after banger, even in May. So it's just like I said, just thrilling, man. I've never been so more proud to be a fan, man, of this product, of this company, than today. And then obviously the King of the Ring, as I told you, Jack, before we got on. And this is solid wrestling, man. For the pure wrestling fans, you're getting it. And I'm excited to chop it up. So yeah, great time to be a fan. Let's get it tonight.
Indeed it is, bro. I've been trying to get one of my friends to join in. I keep telling her, like, now's the time to watch wrestling if you ever gonna get involved.
If you're gonna come on, you better come on now.
She ain't buying it yet, but don't worry, I'm gonna break her down. She ain't buying it yet. I'm gonna break her down.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, as you guys mentioned, this past weekend was Backlash pay-per-view in Lyon, France, and what a time was had, man.
Yeah.
If we're just talking from a crowd standpoint, that probably was the best pay-per-view of the year so far in my head, just from a crowd standpoint. Okay, I don't mean like the wrestling and things like that, but that crowd definitely showed up and definitely showed the passion for the sport that we all kind of share. And so it was nice to see that entire crowd kind of jump in.
There's a video video that's coming out. I don't know if my boy Ross is gonna do it, but it's gonna come out soon. Who had the better crowd between Puerto Rico and Leon over the past weekend? So, you know, if y'all
Puerto
can
Rico
remember,
was a vibe.
Put y'all memory caps on. What do y'all think was the best crowd between the two? I mean, I know it's coming, but I know, hey, since we're talking about it,
Leon, bro. I love Puerto Rican culture. I love the Puerto Rican fan base and the people there. Definitely was a vibe, especially having Bad Bunny, their own feature there. But this crowd was this crowd make you really analyze yourself and say, okay, as a fan, what do I need to do
What
to
I got
get
to do
more
better.
hype and bring more energy when I go to these live events, man? So, no, Leon definitely number one. Doc. Like I never seen the crowd that lip sync on beat, on rhythm, every theme song from every entrance this week. Those that even had the lyrics, they were creating like lyrics and stuff for the songs. But no, Leon definitely number one for me.
Yeah, the synchronicity of this crowd was definitely on point. I even
Yeah.
tweeted that they were like really, really in sync this time around. But
Mhm.
the thing about Puerto Rico was Bad Bunny's entrance.
Oh
But
yeah.
for the rest of it, it was just like a regular WWE event. But for Bad Bunny's entrance, though, it definitely rivaled. So I can understand why you would ask that question. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Leon, like I said, I watching two of them. Leon impressed me, man. So
mhm.
kind of what Griff said, just the cadence, the nonstop chants, and for them to keep the energy all night, and it wasn't fake. There was nothing fake about it. That was all authentic. So yeah, it was France all day for me. I hope they go back. I hope they go back
Definitely was a
sooner than
good
later.
show, and it's
Yeah.
hard to argue that WWE shouldn't go on these international tours. We said it kind
Yeah.
of over the weekend that they'd be crazy not to look at that and see the potential that they could have if they were to pack that into an outdoor stadium overseas. So
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
we'll see as
Exactly.
Mania continues to grow. It
hmm
started with just one show with Mr. T and all of them for no reason. And now it's growing out to going international. So we'll see where it goes. But
Oh
now
yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
that's over with and that is come and gone, we are turning our attention now to the King of the Ring. And let's
hmm
just say the tournament is off to a bang. Um, from the beginning, Jey Uso would replace an injured Drew McIntyre. And so Jey Uso will go into a match against Finn Balor. And definitely showed up on the card
hmm
tonight. I want to get your thoughts on what they did tonight. Griff, let's start with you, brother.
Yeah, carry momentum for France, coming off the loss and a close victory of the weekend against Priest for the world title. This was a great way for Jay to get his momentum back going on, pick up another victory to advance to the next round, to the King of the Ring. It was definitely a good banging match, definitely with him and Ben. Finn. I said Ben, excuse me, but Finn. It was a great banger for them to kick off Raw and everything. But yeah, I'm excited for Jay. He's in the next round, and he has a definitely tough task coming up next week
Whew,
for his next round, most definitely.
solid.
Oh boy, does he ever. Go ahead, coach.
Hmm.
Can't wait for that one. Oh yeah, great. Great way to kick off Raw. Jay's got momentum, y'all. I think that that crowd reaction was the best thing that could have happened. And if you notice how Hartford tried to pull it off, but nowhere near the amount of fireflies in the
Yeah.
crowd. But
Yeah.
yeah, but no, that great match to get it set off. Finn Balor, you can't go wrong, man. Finn Balor, obviously, trying to push through and stay in the picture. But it's Jay's time, y'all. He's working more toward main event. I know we've clowned him on this show in months past, but I think I see the momentum sweltering for him to get something going. But yeah, great win, and I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a classic between him and Dragunov next week for sure.
I'm trying to think of
hmm
where this would have gone if Drew McIntyre would have stayed in this match. You know what I'm saying? Like
hmm
if Drew stays in, he goes up against Finn Balor. We get that
Yeah.
match, but not only do we get that, but the next round, as you guys mentioned, sits Ilya Dragunov. So Drew McIntyre versus Ilya would have been
Oh.
fire. Jey Uso versus Ilya seems like it's going to be fire. So definitely
hmm
something to look forward to next week. But let's not go away from Drew McIntyre yet because Drew McIntyre leaves the building, um, and then in the very same shot, CM Punk pulls up. And I want to get your thoughts on the segment. First of all, the long shot from Drew being told that he needs to leave all the way up to CM Punk coming out for his entrance was a beautiful shot. And I know I mentioned the
Oh
production
yeah.
value of WWE every week, but that's definitely
hmm
something that jumped out to me. So I got to say that. But I want to get your thoughts on the CM Punk segment. Did it do anything for you guys? Did it get anything from you? Coach, let's start with you.
No, it's just a chance for CM Punk. I don't know what the hell he was doing over the weekend. That was news to me. I didn't realize he was locked in what the freaking trapped in the
Yeah,
closet
he's
like R. Kelly, some R. Kelly stuff or whatever he's doing. Um, but but yeah, okay, so great. He's in Connecticut, leaving the leaving the headquarters, coming over. It was just another way to get him on Raw, get him. Obviously he's hurt. They're both. I don't know if they're both hurt or one's a work, one's real. We know of that, but
yeah,
just a way to keep him on screen. But yes, Jackie, to your point, that was great. That was great camera work there. Obviously, if Drew pulls out, he pulls in. But no, you got it. You can't have Monday Night Raw with a 5 minute without a 5 minute CM Punk pipe bomb. So Hartford got their money's worth. They got a chance to see him chant his name, but it did nothing to move me. I'm just ready for these
yeah.
guys to fight already. So yeah, let's get to it.
Griff?
Well, I don't know if I missed anything, but I know he was in Connecticut doing the pre-show for the
Right.
PLE on Saturday. However, I think this is just a filler and another tease that he's
Yeah.
doing, basically without saying it. Because CM Punk like to keep things private and surprise everybody. I believe he's pretty much now. You don't see the thing on his tricep anymore. I think he's coming back this tease and it's showing like, I'm coming back real soon. I'm real soon. Just keep paying attention. But the production side itself, man, that was like A1 to see Drew pull off. And Drew literally didn't get the back end of the vehicle out the garage area before Punk pulled up. But more importantly, to see Adam Pearce when Punk came up and said, like, tell the truck to hit my music. He said, certainly, I'll go do that right now.
Yeah.
Pearce went and towed the truck and Punk was walking. Then you see Alpha Academy right there. And then he goes right through and the camera just followed it the whole time without switching a different camera in the arena. So that segment itself and that production side was definitely excellent. But far as like, the promo thing is just typical Punk. And basically just like you said, Coach, we're just ready to, whenever you're clear to come back, man, just get you and Drew going. Because we know you're going after Drew and Drew wants you once you get back out of that injury.
Yeah, we got some stuff to look forward to in that. Hopefully they figure it out because like you said, Coach, both of them seem injured. One's injured, one's not. It's a weird thing, so we just kind of want them to collide at some point. So looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I've always preached this. I've always said this, but that 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock hour on Raw since Triple H took over, that 9 o'clock to 10 hour is all about wrestling. And sure enough, it showed up again and proved itself once more. Ricochet and Dragunov would go on and have a banger of a match.
Match of the
And
night.
I text y'all immediately. It was like everybody watch this match. Make sure you watch this match because we got to talk about this match. I want to say Ricochet looks like he could be a main event player, and I don't know if that registers with you guys, but I think Ricochet could be a main event player just based on some of the things that he did tonight. What are your thoughts, Coach?
I thought that, and as I jotted the notes down from that match, that's exactly what I was thinking, Jackie. I said eventually one day, because I had said right now he's elevated. He's now a true legit threat to the mid card, to where hey, like Sammy, hey Bronson, hey y'all look out, like Ricochet is coming for Intercontinental Gold again. So he's definitely working toward another strap, but because the work he's doing, man, done short of amazing. And then when I found out that Dragunov was going to be his dance partner tonight, I was like, "Yep, this is going to be a classic." I said, "Yep, let me pull up, stop what I'm doing, yeah, hey, Cassie, go in there and play. I gotta watch this one." So, but yeah, the physicality of Dragunov is just, and his passion. I think Triple H had mentioned it. How intense he is, gave him kudos, and I heard Cole say that. But yeah, everything that Dragunov is going to bring to the main roster, especially on Monday nights, man, he's going to push everybody. Anybody he gets in the ring with, you got to put on a banger. Like I think Dragunov has a Gunther standard now. If you're gonna get in the ring with me, you better get ready to put on a 15 to 20 minute classic right now. So that's just gonna elevate everybody's game. But to your point, Jackie, Rick, those move sets, he's on a whole nother level. Yeah, you guys remember when we watched him in New Orleans? What was that? That's on that that six-pack ladder match back in the day. I knew he had some special then, and now to see his growth over those years and where he is now, hey, look out. So, but yeah, I enjoyed every minute of that match for sure. Yep.
Griff?
Man, start off with Ricochet first. He's very underrated. And just a reminder, there was something I saw today that was made, and it highlighted all his accomplishments. And just a reminder, he was a SmackDown World Cup champion. He's a new Speed champion. He also held the North American, the U.S., and the Intercontinental Championship as well. Behind that, as far as the main event, especially now with the doors open for anybody having that opportunity, I think he is pretty much in that main event conversation
Yep.
in the near future. But the match itself, there's always going to be a banger match in that first round, and this is one of the ones where like I wanted both of them to win, but only one could come out. And Ilya, he didn't deserve this. It's more than deserved. He deserved it, but it's more that he earned this. Earned is a bigger word than deserved to me. He really went out there in his debut and showed the main roster and showed the audience, like, hey, I'm gonna let y'all know, like, I was doing my thing in NXT, and now that I'm here, I'm not going to be one of the ones that's going to be in catering. I'm going to be on this TV spot. I'm going to give everybody that come my way a banger. And it was a great job. It was a great match. To me, it was a match of the night. And I know I got my boy Gear on tonight, but I got to be honest. My boy in trouble if he don't do his homework and come locked in next week.
He going to beat the hell out of Jay. And, I understand that's your boy, but you already know how I feel about it. I ain't rooting.
For it.
I'm not rooting. I ain't saying I'm not rooting for him to do it. It's just, I think it's a fact at this point.
Hey, Jackie, before you go, let me just say this. I ain't them type of dudes that's been their feelings and all that all weekend for the Drake and Kendrick. We know how you feel about Jay. Talk your talk, Doc, because, I'm just keeping it real. That's my boy, but my boy in trouble next week if he don't do his homework and stay locked in.
And that has potential to be match of the night next week. So
yeah, it absolutely does.
Absolutely,
we in for a treat regardless.
Absolutely, could main event next week.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's gonna be a good match. Like you guys said, anybody can dance with Ilya at this point because he's putting on like match after match after match, and so he stepping up to the plate and he's not missing right now. So we'll see what happens as this tournament continues on. Let's pause and for the King and Queen of the Rings conversation to go to Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan as they make it official tonight that they will be fighting for the Women's World Championship at the King and Queen of the Ring PLE in a couple weeks. I'll let you guys go first. Griff, any thoughts here?
I like the baby steps Liv's is taking. She's taking the steps and going to this heel route. She's talking that talk. She's spitting out the facts. And she's like have a whole different change. She stepped up to Becky, looked her eye to eye, and said, "Look, I'm tired of being overlooked," and stated. The biggest thing that she didn't mention in the promo to me was how she's been the 4-time runner-up. And that would have killed it right there, that she's tired of being the runner-up and twice to Becky. Other than that, we seen what happened with who came down with damage control, and to see her like play that, hey, I got your back, okay, we finna get surrounded. No, bump that, Dot. Like, you got something I want. I took Rhea out just to get there. Then you just come back for your book tour and take what's mine. I took Rhea out. No, Dot. You handle your business with these wolves. This ain't my business, but I see you at the King and Queen of the Ring, and it's gonna be real this time.
Huh?
I see Liv sliding into that dark side. She needs to take a step. I want her to win this match, but I think they could get obviously more than one match out of this and start like a real good rivalry to where it, and hopefully that propels her into that heel turn after this match to where obviously we'll talk about the predictions, but Becky could win, but Liv gets even more pissed. And then that just gets her, into where eventually she gets it, hopefully sometime this summer. But yes, let's see this first match. Let's see what Liv can do. How long she can last, if she's improved her game. But I'm looking at from her character standpoint, can she get that real fire in her and get evil to where like it's a legit heel turn to where now it's believable. Now everything that she does, she has more credibility. It's more believable. And we can actually get behind her to take it from her later this summer. But yeah, I'm looking for her to take a turn.
She definitely took a step in the right direction.
Took a step in the right direction tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, she had the walk, she had the outfit, she had all the things that said she was going to be this heel character. And even when Damage Control came out and they surrounded the ring, like the very few seconds where they were standing back to back, I just kept saying like, Liv, hit her, Liv, hit her, hit her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hoping
Yeah.
that she was doing it. I was happy that she jumped out the ring because it's like, yeah,
That's good.
that's a step in the right direction. But if she would have hit her, like that would have been even better. I need her to take Becky out the game at King of the Ring. Like she has to be, like you guys said, she has to be evil when it comes to this PLE in order for us to believe that she's gonna do something down the line. So you're absolutely right, Coach. But from the Becky side of things with this promo, absolute boo-boo. I'm not a Becky Lynch hater. I've said this from the very beginning that I am not a Becky Lynch hater. I've left that to Coach. I let him do his thing when it comes to that. However, I am going to jump on the hating bandwagon when it comes to Becky Lynch based on this promo. Absolute garbage. It was terrible. And I understand you're trying to boost up everybody else, but no, that shit
better way to
was
do it.
ass. Absolute cheeks. I don't want to hear Becky Lynch on the mic ever again. I'm sorry. I don't have to do it.
And she had the rings of Saturn on her head at the whatever the hell that was, aluminum
I ain't
foil.
gonna hate on that because that's your style when it comes to that crap and whatever. I understand the Kentucky Derby as being a guy who was in Kentucky for a minute. I get it.
That was cheeks
when
too.
it comes to you on the mic, your cheeks don't get on the mic anymore. That shit was terrible. You almost brought down a 25-year legend in Michael Cole. He had to rescue you out of that. That shit was ass. I'm sorry. I'm done hating. I'm done.
It was the first time we looking at Becky Lynch like, you getting ready to put us to sleep. Damn it. Like,
why
what
are you
doing?
here? Like, why? What was the point of that? Like, I understand you're trying to big up the girls that are coming in, but like, do that shit on Twitter. That shit was ass. That wasted my time, bro. Brian texted me, was like, what is happening here? I was trying to find the meme of Pops coming out the bathroom on Friday or next Friday. Get the fuck out of my face, Stanley, or whichever episode it was. But get her off my screen.
Oh, that was the first one.
Yeah,
it was better.
Fuck out my face, Stanley. That shit
No, that was
ass.
the second one. My fault. Yeah, next Friday. It was the second one. He was trying to get that double.
Either way, get Becky Lynch off my screen, bro. I got to hear it. That shit was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm done.
She did a CEO promo tonight.
That shit was terrible. I keep saying I'm done, but y'all keep going on with it. So I'm keep saying that shit was ass.
I'm quiet, bro. That's you and your brother.
All right. I'm sorry. I needed to get that off my chest. Okay. And then the other non-King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring segment was all right, Brian, don't get me started again. That shit was terrible. The other non-King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring segment was Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed. Thoughts here? Let's go with you, Griff.
Terrible. Very terrible.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
Very terrible.
All right.
Because, like, again, you just dethroned the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, and every week since you dethroned him, you're getting beat up and attacked, and then you're going backstage and crying and talking about, oh, this and none of that, and next week I want to do this, and next week do that. Like, bruh, like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, I'm just like, okay, y'all been playing with Bronson too long now. Bronson come in this picture, do something. But it was boo-boo. It was garbage. He go right up there with Becky, in my opinion. Because every week, Sammy getting attacked. He's not doing nothing but getting attacked. Like, I don't understand if we still on this underdog thing or what. So, are we trying to get Gable and Sammy? But now it's a triple threat situation. But the segment itself, no, I wasn't buying it. I wasn't feeling it.
There's only so much sympathy we can give the guy. I think when Gunther did an interview on the Gorilla position, that one podcast, the Gorilla position or whatever, he said there was only two guys that was credible in his eyes, and that was Gable and Sammy to take it off of him. But at the end of the day, it's more and more. It should have been Gable from the get-go. Like, I mean, hey, that story was there, and they could have did a decent rematch. Still could have told more story after Mania if they wanted to, right? Going into Backlash, something to set Gable up a lot better. But yeah, it's crappy book, and I'm with y'all. It was a waste of space. Could have went somewhere else.
The thing about being an underdog is that at some point you become the top dog. And if you continue to try to tell this story of being an underdog, then I'm not gonna believe that you should be the top dog in the first place. And this is where Sami Zayn is falling into, because every time y'all have put him on my screen, y'all making it seem like he's trying to fight something
Fight for
that's
something.
trying to hold him down. And it's like, nobody's holding you down. You got the title.
Yes.
At some point, you're going to have to show some strength. At some point, you're going to have to prove that you deserve the title. And right now, it just seems like you're just a placeholder, because everybody keeps attacking you and you show no sign of strength. And I got a feeling that he's going to escape when it comes to this triple threat match. He's not going to win it outright, because he's not that champion right now. He's not that champion that shows us like he's going to come in and prove every week that he's the man. Gunther did it. Roman Reigns did it for a little while before he started taking his little mini vacations. But every time they stepped into the ring, they beat the hell out of whoever it was, and then they got the 1, 2, 3. Yes, I get it. I understand that Roman had some type of chaos that changed his matches, but that's what heels do. But for sure, that man showed that he had some dominance when it came to the ring. I don't see that happening with Shane or with I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank just that fast. Sami Zayn, thank you. Sorry. I don't see that happening with Sami Zayn, and it looks like him winning the title was just fluff for Sami Zayn now. So
yeah,
I'm with y'all, not into
the
it.
bangers that Sammy put on back in the day. I mean, you would think by now he would be on Seth Rollins type level, to where, as far as defending it, right? Like talent level, like you would think like how long these dudes been doing it, you know what I'm saying? And they've been doing it, they've been doing it right. I think like he should be better than this.
Yeah, I just want just a better defense. That's not taking away from the wrestler that he is. It's just like a better defense. Right now, it just seems like you're the underdog and you're trying to climb out of this thing. And no, like you're the thing that everybody's chasing. Of course, you're going to be attacked. Show some strength. Fight back, bitch.
Right.
That's it.
Something, right? Something.
On the Queen of the Ring side, Natalya takes on Io Sky, and Natalya showed up.
That was actually a good match.
Man,
Natalya showed up for once, and I'm the biggest hater besides. Never mind. But yeah, she actually put in some work in the ring and gave us a good match between her and Io Sky. Coach, what you thinking?
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Hate Natalya bandwagon too. I was riding that train with you. Hey, the only good thing I can say about Natalya is meeting her back in the day at my first WrestleMania. So hey, I ain't hating on her, but it was a decent match. I think she needed that once again. It's just these tournament matches, they not playing like they giving they giving the crowd what they want. But Natalya hung in there with her. Io was able to do what she did, but I'm glad she at least held her own for at least maybe a 10-minute match I counted, but it was competitive, very competitive.
Some spots that I thought Natalya was actually going to win. When they mentioned the Owen Hart thing, I definitely thought she had a shot at it.
She had a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Griff. I'm sorry if I took your thought.
No, you good, man. But I need y'all boys to get up my girl Natalya, man. She loves taking selfies with Griff at the shows, man. Like Natalya's good Pete, bro. I know she been there for a minute, man. But Natalya good Pete.
Good.
Nah,
she
but
good
on the
for
real,
taking pictures and taking care of cats.
But you funny. But on the real though, let me rewind just a little bit though, because Natalya had an inch of momentum coming into this match from that what you call that for Lola Vice last week, which was pretty darn good.
NXT Underground.
Yeah, the Underground that was pretty good. Coming into that, man, and just watching this match and how she carried on with someone that lead like Io, man, she still got it. She still got her rhythm, her time, and like you said, Jackie, it was a couple spots like, oh man, like is she really finna win this thing? But Io, of course, came on top, and then this is first time we seen Io since WrestleMania. Never went back after Bailey, and after that as well too. So this is the first time we seen her in a one-on-one competition in the match, without that title belt around her waist and coming down, man. So kudos to her. Great match. Natty held her own, but unfortunately, the Jeans of the Sky moves on to the second round.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the fact that we haven't seen Io in some time. Because that actually brought me to the question that I asked you guys on Saturday.
Mhm.
Why does nobody fear Damage Control anymore? And I know it's a booking thing, but like we have like 4 of like the most like dominant women, 3 for sure in Kyrie, Asuka, and Io, and from the Japanese side of things, and then you add Dakota Kai to that, and it's like, how do we not build these 4 women up so much more? And I know we started off things with Bailey and Dakota and Io when it first got started, but that wasn't like this group. This group should definitely be feared a little bit more. And instead, they're the product of like the what chant. And it's like, what's happening here? Why don't we actually fear this group?
Ooh.
Would love to hear your thoughts. Somebody jump in here.
Jackie, it's funny you asked that question because I literally thought about this today. I kid you not. And that's why I mentioned earlier before we got on the air about, talking about this new direction or direction Damage Control is going. And what I thought about today was you literally have 4 women, literally 3 out of the 4 has been world champions either in both the main roster and or NXT. And then you have Dakota. And Dakota is just right up there with them. The question is, like you said, like why does nobody don't fear them? I think because what Bailey removed out of the equation, I think people started to see like who went to go after. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but now you see the Jades, you see the Bianca and Naomi's. It's almost like they're seen as okay, they're not dominant and strong no more because probably Bailey's out the equation now, and they really don't have a leader. Like we think it's Dakota, and sometimes it's Io. Who is the real leader out of this right now? Is looking like to me is Dakota because she's the one that's on the mic and she's the one that everyone can understand versus the rest of the 3. But to answer your question, I don't know why no one doesn't fear them. For me, I think it's because the other girls exposed them and took the straps off them. Bailey took the world title. Then Jade and Bianca, we just seen recently, took the tag title. So now there's empty and
Yeah, but hold on, like
yeah.
forget the actual like group part of it. Like let's break down each individual member of Damage Control. When you're talking about Asuka, you're talking about somebody who did not lose in NXT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
correct.
Let's start there. Kairi Sane has her career. Io Sky like phenomenal when it comes to like the ropes and things like that. So this group is really strong outside of WWE. Let's take that outside of WWE product and put it into WWE. Do we really believe that Jade and Bianca should be taking the titles off of Kairi and Asuka? No. Like from a booking standpoint, yes. Do we want that? Yes. But when we're talking about the actual careers side by side, who needs to win that match? Like that goes to the Kabuki Warriors all day, every day. I understand booking, but I'm saying like let's book these women how they've been booked in the past. Like really violent women in the ring. We haven't seen any type of violence from them when it comes to like actual in the ring stuff. And I know they have to tone things down from a WWE standpoint, but we're all aware of their past. We're all seen videos of what they can do. Let's bring out those things. Coach, you got some thoughts?
And
Oh, go
those
ahead. I'm
are
sorry.
and those are the videos that I haven't seen. Like you said, you
Sure.
guys are a little more versed on what they did, over there in Japan before they got, obviously I didn't really see them until they got to um, um, WWE. The first sad case is Asuka because the WrestleMania record was it still saddens me. So when you break that
Yeah.
down, I think they've never positioned Asuka, period, in a fearful position to where I think Charlotte. I think we were there at 34 in New Orleans. Charlotte killed that momentum off the streak, and then I don't think she still recovered from that. So I'm just following what you said, Jackie, breaking them down, individually, and then obviously Kyrie. There's very athleticism's there, not that big. Obviously the language there. They're just not. I don't think they're just familiar. I don't think they're. They're unfamiliar with their style, and it hasn't really translated over to the other ladies. And so they don't have many dance partners for them. And then obviously you can put Io in the same boat. In my opinion, Io is the best out of the group. as far as
Okay.
talent. Well, yeah, talent level.
Okay.
No. Excuse me. Asuka is, and then Io's second as
Okay.
far as the talent level. And then Dakota coming off of that injury, from what I've learned about Dakota, because I didn't see Dakota in the early NXT days. I have seen a couple of, maybe a match or two back in the day, but as far as her being a mouthpiece, I just think that even the crowd, they don't take her serious as a threat anyway, because she hasn't built the credibility as a evil heel yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think in WWE you got to do. We all know this, y'all, and it was case in point with the Profits. You got to do some savage shit to really be considered, a fearful heel. You know what I'm saying? And none of that has happened with that group too. And now they're back on Rewind. Now they got to revamp everything. They got to start over from scratch after losing the belts. And now, it's booked. Now it's Triple H booking them into a corner as well. Like But I did hear our boys at What Culture, our boys on the What Culture podcast said, no, the Kabuki Warriors are, to y'all point, the Kabuki Warriors are still the best tag team in WWE right now. Like yes.
Like all I'm asking for is let them beat the hell out of somebody. That's it. That's all I need. I don't really ask for much. I don't need a lot. I just want you to let them beat the hell out of somebody the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because like even the match was good with Io and Natalia, but if we let them like actually do the things that they've done in the past, then we get a different match. And I'm looking for something different. Maybe I'm asking for too much. So
we were happy as hell. We were happy as hell that Jaden, my bad, Griff. We were happy as hell that Jaden Bianca won. There's no doubt about it. That's for us. That's for the culture. That's for the show.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we know who the best wrestlers out of that crew was. So yeah, go ahead, Griff. My bad.
No, let me be transparent, because Jackie rephrased this whole question. Now it's a whole different dynamic now. Let me start from scratch here.
Yeah.
We all know if they were able to let Asuka and Kyrie let loose back in the old days, they would still be tag team champions. But let's go back to NXT too, because I feel Asuka in NXT, Io when she went on her heel run in NXT, and Dakota when she was a heel. Remember, she the one that took out, I think, Tegan Knox twice and put her on the shelf.
Okay.
Yes.
She had done some savage stuff then.
Yes, she had.
So this way early, bro. So you probably had to go back and YouTube it, or just type in Dakota Kai heel run.
Okay.
But the real question is, what direction are we going? Are we still keeping Damage Control? This is for booking, keeping them, and then we're starting to create more women factions, or do we need to split this thing up and let them go they solo ways? Meaning, like, yeah, we still cool, but let us go our solo ways and bring that back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you. I really feel even after they lost, it's like, yo, like Io was an underground messing dudes up. We all know we ain't got to talk about it, but we all saw the Oscar footage, and we know what Dakota can do. But we really, 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 really like put all the chips on the table and say, okay, we won't let y'all go back and run it back like y'all was back in the day. There's no women on this roster that can hang with them, in my opinion. And remember, Asuka's in her early 40s, and she don't look like it seem like it, but she still can go if they let the chains loose off the Rottweiler.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like nobody's fearing them, and I wonder why. Like I'm confused as to why we're not fearing what the possibilities could be here. And I totally understand booking, but it's like
a good question.
Yeah,
let's let them off the leash. You know what I'm saying? Let's let them off the leash.
Absolutely.
Also in Queen of the Ring action was Ivy Nile versus Zoe Stark. B Diggs texted me and was very happy to see like some new faces in the ring against each other, because we're seeing some matchups that we would not have seen if it were not for this tournament. You know, at no point would we have gotten an Ivy Now versus Zoe Stark match just for the hell of it. So it's nice to see some new matches out here. What do you guys think about this match, and do we have any thoughts here?
Yeah, I got a quick one. This took me back to the Attitude Era and reminded me of the dream match of Jazz and Jacqueline. And here's the reason why. You got two physical specimens that were in that ring, and they like went out on the grid. Zoe came on top, but Ivy Nile is a future star and is going to have a lot of opportunities. And Jackie, you always say this all the time, and it's always stick to me. It's always the reward. It's always the reward that's going to come later. And I think Ivy Nile is one of those ones you could put on that list that is getting her time and getting her work and getting her shine in, but there's a greater reward that's coming for her later. So I do see some special things with her going down the road because, I mean, she got the build, she got the athletic ability, and she's strong as heck. But right now, I think because Zoe's a little bit more over, Zoe came on top. But this kind of remind me of that Jazz and Jackie match when it comes to the physicality and the strength and the catches cam style that they had put on for this match. So this was good, and it was different because you didn't see Zoe with Shayna, or you didn't see Ivy with Maxine. You seen two pit bulls and a Rottweiler get it on, and unfortunately, the Rottweiler ended up defeating the pit bull.
Coach, your thoughts on the pit bull and the Rottweiler?
It was good to see. No, it was good to see Zoe back competing consistently. It's away from Shayna. That's we talking about afterthought. It seemed like she's been an afterthought too after she goes up against Rhea Ripley. It's she was in obscurity too after a title shot. So I'm just happy to see her back. And she and Griff, she's not as over as you think. There's still people out there yawning doing her entrance as well. So she's sitting up there on the top turnbuckle, mean mugging everybody before the match started. So I'm just okay. That's a little weird, but yeah, that's a little awkward. But Ivy Nile, I kind of wanted her to go over in this case if we're talking about building new stars. So I was a little disappointed on that outcome, but either way, I mean, these ladies need some type of something going for them. But yeah, right.
I need two ones, man.
I want to see Ivy come out on top, but either way, hey, we'll see Zoe go at it. But yeah, I was I was kind of upset to that both of these ladies Zoe was in obscurity for a while. But,
yeah, it's like I'm good on Zoe, man. I see what you guys see, and I know I wanted Ivy to go over. I wanted Ivy to go over because I think Ivy can actually do something in the ring, and not to say that Zoe can't, but we've seen Zoe a few times, and like you said, Griff, she went into obscurity when she lost to Rhea, and or whoever said that. I'm sorry.
I said it.
Yeah. So I wanted to see Ivy Nile go over because I thought maybe she could kind of go through this tournament and do well. But I understand Zoe as a heel going over and looking at Lyra Valkyria fly like a bird coming up next. So that is literally
to make you unhappy. I don't think Zoe's gonna get past Lyra. That's one of my.
She out of there next week.
That's one of my underdogs right there.
Yeah.
Lyra going over.
That's the next match, Lyra and Dakota. A good match, and kind of was what I expected. Lyra Valkyria goes over. Coach, your thought?
First match to get her going against some somewhat credible opponent. Obviously, you get a chance to face the faction leader, Damage Control. So get you a good decent heel to start off with. Get your debut going. Getting her chops on the main roster, getting her in front of that bigger crowd. The match, wasn't that long, but it was efficient. They got a chance to show what they can do. But this you guys know this match was about Lyra Valkyria. I'm here, and hopefully she can make some noise in the tournament, starting the second round next week for sure.
Griff.
Yep.
It was a great debut for Lyra. Pick up this W. I'm glad we're back on Dakota again because I waited till we got back to her because we talked about Damage Control moments ago. But have you guys noticed anytime Dakota's in a match one-on-one, there's no Damage Control there to support her, but when Damage Control's in a match, she's there to support them? I'm starting to see that a little bit.
Little things, yeah.
There it is.
I just noticed that.
Just a little things, but yeah, man. But Lyra pretty much is one of my favorites to come from the Raw side. I think I picked her on my fantasy. I can't remember. No, I did. I don't know. But Lyra is one of my favorites, man. After she went over on Becky, man, and had that title, she showed a whole lot for me during her last time, man. And I've got real big hopes and faith that she's gonna do real well in this main roster, man. This was a good look for her to come through. So here she on this second round, and I'm looking forward to her going over on Zoe next week.
This tournament should get interesting as Lyra and Zoe Stark go against each other. Io Sky will face the winner of Zelina Vega and Shayna Baszler. Excuse me. They
Somebody getting
fight off.
smashed.
Yeah, they fight off screen. I think they just gonna fight in the parking lot, and we'll just like
What?
text it into Twitter or something. I don't know, bro. Like they fight at like a WWE live event. There you go. They're fighting at a live show. Same
Shayna-
goes.
Wow.
Shayna and
Yeah.
Vega can't even make the TV.
What's
Live
crazy
TV?
is Kofi Kingston and Rey
And Rey
Mysterio don't
Mysterio.
make the live show, don't make the live TV
What?
either. They are also fighting at a live event. So
They just shitting on them, man.
the winner
That's
of
crazy.
that match, from the parking lot of the JC Penney's, will go on to face Gunther, who beat Sheamus tonight. And no matter when these brothers get into the ring,
Bro,
they gonna slap the hell out of each other as much as they can. Would love to get your thoughts, Griff, Sheamus, and Gunther.
Again, this is a repeat. This is the new reincarnated Gunther. You know, after losing his belt, putting that in the rearview mirror, he's on a different mission. He's still proclaiming, "I'm still the ring general. I'm on this new mission. I'm gonna be the king of the ring." You know, it's just kind of like how our tribal chief always said. You know, we'll put everything in the rearview mirror and just move forward. And that's the same steps Gunther is doing going forward. And he wants to be that king of the ring and let everybody know, like, I'm gonna be the ring general and I'm gonna be the king. Like, I'm unstoppable. But he did what he had to do with Sheamus and knocked him out. And Sheamus coming back, you know, and been back only 2 or 3 weeks and already tapping out. So yeah.
Go ahead, Coach.
Banger after banger after banger, and tonight was another one. They never disappoint. These dudes, man, the most physical dudes in WWE in my book. When it comes to just strength for strength, obviously strike for strike, blow for blow. The funniest stuff was, man, seeing that handprint in the back. Like, did y'all see that part?
Yes.
Where the seeing the actual handprint, man. Them dudes in there putting in work. Never a dull moment, but this time it was it took Ludwig to help out Gunther. Like Gunther, sometimes he doesn't need help. So that was a different dynamic tonight. It was he knew he couldn't beat Sheamus straight up, and this was Sheamus. I know I didn't know what was wrong with it. I didn't realize he had neck surgery, and obviously he's still getting into shape. But this match tonight, this should get him back on the getting that body back, man. As far as the cardio and getting his figure back, but I think yeah, it was what they both needed. But to see him tap out, I didn't like that. I'd rather see a finisher. But yeah, that was just. But that purely was because of he had nothing left in the knee, ended up giving out, and then obviously going through attack. But yeah, but great match, man. What a way to end Raw, for sure.
I think they're just adding to the elements of Gunther being a heel, right? The addition of Ludwig helping out tonight, and then the tapping part of tonight, I think drives Gunther further into a heel, because he hasn't really done heel things. He's just been a dominant champion over the last however many days or whatever. So now we're starting to see some heel tendencies, and I'm okay with that. So and Sheamus tapping makes sense to me, brother.
Yeah.
Like, you've been on the sideline, going to continue to sit there. We're glad you're back, but we're on a run here when it comes to the ring general. So
yeah.
But we'll see, man. This King of the Ring tournament is going to pick up. We only know the Raw side of things. SmackDown, we'll find out after this show airs, hopefully. So we'll talk about that on next week as that starts to unfold itself as well. All right, man, let's go ahead and move to a different part of this conversation, as we wanted to talk about something that matters dearly to us. As Griff kind of brought to our attention that there are quite a few champions across the wrestling landscape who are our people. So we want to talk about why representation matters when we're talking about wrestling. As we look on the screen and we see Jade and Bianca, our tag team titles, our tag team champions. Our Truth holds the tag team champions. Swerve and Trick Williams, of course, Obafemi, Willow Nightingale over in AEW as well, and then Ricochet. Even though it feels like a 24/7 championship, it is indeed still a championship. So we want to celebrate that as well. Griff, I want to throw it over to you, brother. Any thoughts on representation in WWE or in wrestling? Excuse me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for this opportunity. This vision really came across my mind during WrestleMania weekend, to be honest with you guys. And I really didn't say much to on it because I didn't want to jinx anything. But I was really after Truth won the tag belts and Trick winning the NXT belt. Then the big thing was Swerve and Willow winning at the AEW pay per view as well. It was just a matter of time. Waiting for Jade and Bianca to get those crowns. And I said, man, you know what? A lot of people don't talk about this or realize this, but over the last month, we had a lot of black champions come across the airways on both of these mainstream promotions here. And representation does matter. Should matter for everybody, but definitely for us in this case, because it shows that we can take the forefront and lead and not just lead in the company, lead in the promotion, but we also can lead the world and inspire other people to never give up and have hope, and they can be the best they can be as well too. When I see these guys like Trick and Swerve and Obi and Willow and Jay with these crowns, man, it just takes me back to seeing where they came from and hearing their stories, and now they're leading, but they're doing it such in a professional way where they're not bragging, they're not throwing in nobody's face like they're the top. They're saying like, "Yo, man, we really worked our tail getting here, man." I looked at that interview with Trick on the bump. He was just so happy just to be the champion and talk about the hard work he went through and how he had haters and how people was talking about you shouldn't do this and how his football coach said you don't amount to be nothing. And he never like dogged them and not got on social media and throw these subliminals. He just said, man, you know what? Thanks for that feel. I'm finna go to work. Shawn Michaels and Triple H saw something good in me. They said, keep going, don't give up. And here I am, man. So that reputation to me matters because it's showing these young athletes here, even that we're older than them. And it gives me hope as well, too, going forward in whatever my next move and phase is in the career mode, that I can also take over and lead that as well, too, and also be an opportunity that can open doors for anybody that can have dreams and hopes and inspiration as well.
Coach, what are your thoughts?
I've never been more proud to see, because we had a very serious conversation about this, first artist podcast, and we vented. We said, hey, we were frustrated. We seeing progress, but we still not enough growth. And I think this spurt just gives me hope, and now I'm inspired. So now we're going in the right direction, because now it's not about what we look like. It's about dollar signs and seeing the talent for the talent, and that's all we wanted from day one. And I think that these promotions are finally starting to figure that out. Like, see the talent for who they are, who they truly are, and not the color of their skin. And yes, I'm so excited, so proud. Each one of them has a story. Each one of them has a grind. Every single one of them, man, scrapped. Obviously got stuff out the mud. But yeah, and then I think what I'm excited to see, Jackie, you and I watched this next gen show, obviously produced by John Cena. Those people that are coming in the performance center are looking like us more and more each day, and they are showing out, and the talent is coming. It's going to come even more in droves to where hell we can take over and maybe branch off and get our own promotion at some point. Hey, I'm thinking outside
Ebony
the box.
Championship
But
Wrestling, we're calling
yeah,
it.
we call it our ECW. But no, it's there, and I think finally, you're WWE obviously is figuring it out now. AEW is following suit, but yeah, this is a great time for Black men and women that are not able to get it done in what they're trying to pursue, whether it be sports, professional, career wise. Go figure it out. Go get in the ring. Go figure out wrestling. And then I think there's this next gen that's coming through. That obviously that we watched is next up to the plate. But yeah, I can't be more proud to see this. Yeah, I'm more hopeful.
I come from the baseball world, and I've been the only Black baseball player on a team. I've been on those squads where it's like nobody around me looks like me. and I've been um, in those situations. And so to look up and see black baseball players and to see them playing the game that I love, it gives me something to aspire to be, right?
Yep.
Same thing happens when it comes from the wrestling side of things, and to see all of these great champions, to see them flourish now, it's a beautiful sight to see, and it makes me want to root. You know, Issa Rae said, "I'm rooting for everybody black," and we laugh about that, and like
That's facts.
that, it has some truth to it, and that doesn't mean that we're not rooting for our counterparts. It just means that we hold a special place in our heart for the wrestlers that look and speak like us. And you know, and the speaking part of it for me is the thing that matters the most, because they're allowed to say how they feel and say what they really want to say. And it can come off as them and not something that's written down for them. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Like Lash Legend and Trick Williams segment last week wasn't the greatest, but at least they were allowed to speak their minds and say how they wanted to say it. You know,
Yes. You can
the
tell.
only the only person that I would fight back on, and I would love to get your opinions on this, is R-Truth's character. And I know this has been his character for quite some time, to kind of like play the like bumbling idiot at points. But like, at what point do we get past that? And because we know that that's not the real him. You know what I mean? Like that still feels like a Vince McMahon stick.
Yep.
And I would
Exactly what it
love
is.
to see if we could get away from that when it comes to him. I would love your thoughts, Coach.
Parody. He's the E in entertainment and always been there.
Okay.
At the end of the day, are you going to wrestle or are you going to be a stand-up comedian? I think he'll be a great stand-up comedian. I think the little Jimmy stick, when, obviously the rivalry with John Cena back in the day, the early 2010s, I think that was a chance right there. But he's always been Vince's guy. But even then, you're right, Jackie. I wanted him. Like, do you have a serious side? Because he's a freakish athlete. The dude can go. The dude can wrestle. The dude is very talented. And I'm with you. Like the Ron, when can we see the real Ron? Like, can you,
Yeah.
if you were to if you can strip away that entertainment, for just 1 year and just focus on your craft, he could be up there fighting Cody Rhodes and being that. I know that's I'm throwing it out there. It might be far fetched, but he's talented enough to be in a title in a title picture, world title picture, if he just focused on wrestling. So
We just got to be able to take him
yes,
seriously.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, I've always felt that way about Truth. Like, I love to see him on the screen because I know I'm gonna get a great laugh. Like, this is, hey, let me pull up. We're gonna chuckle. We're gonna get a great laugh, and we're gonna get some an outstanding move set. Because the Joker is for him to be in his early 50s, the Joker can still go.
Yeah.
And and you're right, Jackie. Like, hey, this is the only one to where, hey, you if you really focus on wrestling, where would you be? Yeah.
Sure.
What you think, Griff? Yeah, what you
Griff.
think, Griff?
I have a different approach. I love the comedy. I love the entertainment of him. I think that's just who Truth is, and that's just what he probably desired. We don't know that. But I do hear the other side too, and I'm looking at, and I had this sometimes too, like I'm going back to almost a decade and a half ago when he was K Quick with the Road Dogg in the early Attitude Era
Yeah.
days.
That's right.
And also when he was with TNA, y'all remember he was with, I don't know if y'all watch TNA much, but he was with Pac-Man Jones at one point,
Oh,
Ron Killings, as a
yeah. I didn't see
ultimate
it.
heel over there battling with AJ Styles at one
Okay.
point. However, will we see that again coming forward? I'm not sure. I would love to. However, I think the last time we seen Truth in a serious mode to me was back when him and Miz were going against Cena and The Rock back in, I think, 2011 and 12. That was the last time we seen a serious Truth for that. So it's been a decade of waiting again. But I hear you guys what you're saying too. But I hope we see that. Deep in my gut, I'm not sure, but I won't be surprised as well. But if we get an opportunity to see that one last time before he really call it quits, that'd be awesome because at his age and the shape that he's in and how he still put on the show in the ring outside the entertainment part, yeah, I definitely would love to see that one last time and go one last heel run, whether if it's a title pitch or not, but at least one heel run and a good gruesome storyline with somebody, probably with the Miz.
Yeah, that is on the horizon. If you
Yep.
look at
Mhm.
WWE, as it's always told that the friends then become foes. So yeah, maybe he goes heel and Miz stays face. Uh, we'll see if that happens. That's definitely something I would look forward to. But I'm not saying
Mhm.
that he can't be the entertainment. I'm not saying that he can't be
Mhm.
the comedian. But I just think like the playing stupid part is the part that gets me. Right, like the constantly being confused and things like that. And it's like, come on, man, you're
Yeah,
not that confused. I'm not saying that he can't be entertaining. Tell all the jokes that you need to tell. Hell, I love telling
Right.
yeah,
jokes. But at the same time, we don't have to act like he's stupid when we know for a
Stupid.
fact that he's not.
yeah.
So that's the piece that I'm speaking on. But nonetheless, we do have some representation when it comes to wrestling now, and that feels great. The product itself is blossoming, and it is nice to see that we're at the forefront of it. We may not be at the top of it, but we're at the forefront, that's for sure. So it is nice to see some black representation
Oh yeah.
when it comes to wrestling now. Remember the days when we were like when Titus was the only representation?
Oh,
Jeez, we've
and your boys, man, and your boys.
I
Prime time
know.
flex.
I'm Titus Worldwide all day for
Your
sure.
boys, man.
But damn, that was
Woo.
the only. All right, and then we suspended him for 30 days. Okay, never mind. Never mind. All right,
Oh
let's go
my
to
god.
the.
Yeah, that's a segment in itself, bro.
Let's go on to the final word, fellas. Go ahead and give your final thoughts on the wrestling week as we close it out here. Griff, let's start with you, brother.
Leon France, man. Good God Almighty. I want to give my boy Shari a shout out real quick because I was up north yesterday working, and this is not like him to call me. He called me, and he texted me, said, "Yo, Griff, call me ASAP." And I'm like, "Yo, everything good?" He said, I had to call a real wrestling fan and ask this question because I haven't seen SmackDown and had a chance to see PLE in a minute. But he
Mhm.
said that France crowd was the best crowd, and they literally are better than us. I had to make sure I ain't tripping. I said, bro, you are 1,000,000% correct. You ain't missed no long shot. They were really lit and they killed us. But yeah, man. Leon France, man, it's still ringing in my head. I'm still hearing them singing Randy Orton theme song. I'm still thinking about the whole the tag team match and the debut of the Tonga brother. The women's championship match spot there, man. That still is in my head. Like, honestly, I'm not even thinking much of Raw as much, but Leon France, man, my goal is to someday, if not in France, get to international PLE like real soon and vibe with this crowd because we need to take some mental notes because we had 2 nights of WrestleMania, well over 70,000, 140 some thousand total in 2 nights, and y'all was live on the pre-show more than that was live for both shows combined. Like
Fact.
Yeah.
that's insane, and that was only 11,000 people.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I rest my case, but Leon France, salute to you. That's all the recap I got for the week in the wrestling world.
Coach, final thoughts.
I want to wear this hat again tonight, and I keep this hat because it's still you guys we say it every week, guys. This is the best story WWE has ever created, period, in its entire history of the company. I want to give a shout out, and Jackie, you mentioned this Saturday night, but Paul Heyman is doing his best work. If these are his last days, he's doing the best work of his career. Period. Like
hmm
ECW, obviously Paulie dangerously. I'm talking about this. This is now he's bringing in the cinema, and at the same time pulling over new guys that's coming in to continue the story when the main player is out on his leave until he wants to come back, and that's what makes it even more special. His antics, what he's doing with his face, being able to tell a story without saying anything
Priceless.
that's nothing short of amazing. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do, how they're gonna tie it together. And I'm sure we might talk about this next week, but why in the hell did he lie about? Why did he lie? You know what I'm saying? So why did you have to lie?
We'll find out on Friday Night SmackDown, and
find out
All right,
on
hopefully,
on
Friday Night
Friday.
SmackDown for us to talk about it.
be able to tell us.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out why he pulled Roman, but I just wanted to just say, hey, there's many layers to this. There's 4 more new guys. While the guys are apart and resting, and this is setting up to be one of the greatest summers. And then going into the new, later this year with other PLEs to continue to move this story forward. And then we get probably a culmination in Vegas, so 41. So, yep,
Man,
great place for this story.
a lot of things can happen in the future here, especially with
Mhm.
the newest edition of the Bloodline Wolfpack. Dum, 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 dum.
We gotta get a
My final,
soundtrack for that.
yeah. My final thought is, Cody.
Mhm.
Hopefully we get something out of you because while the match itself was good with AJ Styles, we got to talk. You talked about the cinema from the Bloodline. When you're the
Mhm.
top dog, I need that cinema too. So hopefully we
Yeah.
can get a good storyline out of Cody. There's a lot of different things that they can tap into, but I need the storyline to be Bloodline esque and let's
Mhm.
take it to the next level because if it's anything short, I want that strap back on Roman and I want it back soon. So that's my final
So
thought.
you part of the We Want Roman chant too, huh?
I'm not. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like I
It's
said it
too
before
soon.
earlier. I said it earlier. When you're the underdog, at some point you become the top dog. And that's the
True.
problem with
True.
when they put a that's the problem when they put the
That's a good
title on
point.
a face, is because like you've scratched and clawed all the way up to get that to the top of that ladder. And now that you're up there, what are you exactly fighting for? And this is the
Right.
hard part to tell. This is the hard part of the story to tell because you're the guy now. So now any underdog story is null and void because you now become that guy. Go ahead, Griff. You look like you had a thought.
I did because here we are. We all discussed this way back when,
Mhm.
and Jackie, I had to put you on the spotlight because you said it best. You said, "Let's slow burn this bloodline story, because once Roman is done and go away, y'all
Yep.
gonna miss him." And look where we at
Yep.
now. We
Yep.
Here we
rushed
are.
this Cody situation
Yep.
with these crybabies, and Roman's been away not even a whole month, and here we are. We want Roman chance, and y'all was the main ones booing and F you
Right.
Roman, and now we miss you Roman. So I'm sitting back chilling, like, don't say nothing to me. Like, this what y'all want. I mean, ain't nothing I
We
can do. I'm excited for Cody.
we didn't
Nothing I
even
can
Yep.
get
do.
we didn't even get into
Roman
May.
lost.
We didn't even get into May and they was chanting. Like it was still late April and they was already
Yeah.
They
chanting.
was chatting in Detroit the week
Yeah.
after, the week of.
Literally. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Yep.
when
crazy.
Tomo debuted.
Yep.
Bruh.
Yeah. So nah, man, like you wanted him to go away. You wanted Cody to finish this story. You wanted it to be so epic. And now that
Yep.
that has come and gone, now y'all want that storyline back. That's what it is. Y'all want that cinema back. Y'all want us to actually you want to care again. That's what it is. Let's
True.
be honest. Right now, we don't care about what Cody's doing. I'm sorry to say that, but like there's been no storyline to make me actually believe that Cody is going to do something in a match. It's just been like pressing flesh, kissing babies, smiling and taking pictures and stuff on the celebration tour. I get it. I understand that piece of it, but damn, can we get back to the storyline, please? Can we get back to the story? That's all I'm saying. My final
There
thought.
you go.
Yes.
Got you. Got you.
Read.
All right, let's get on out of here, fellas. This has been a great
Yep.
conversation, man. I always appreciate coming in here with y'all. Griff, man, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at Griff Nation 84 on IG. You can also find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, CGriff84. And a year from now, you can find me April 19th and 20th in Las Vegas, finally. And thank you, Triple H and Nick Khan, because y'all just brought all the weed heads out to have night 2 on 420 next year.
It's
Oh my
going to
God.
be epic.
Epic.
We will be. I'm
That's
sorry,
gonna be
mama,
out of
but we will
control.
be so
That
high.
mania is that's gonna be out of control,
We are
bro.
going to be
Out of
so
control.
high.
That mania is gonna be out of control.
We are going to be
Oh,
so high. All right.
oh
Anyway,
my God.
Coach, let the people know where they can
as
find
we
you.
as we book our as we book our flights and our hotels for Vegas.
So high.
Yeah, yep, and just the boy, the coach. You can at Coach Montay 24 on IG. Continue to like and subscribe. Drop comments. We appreciate the support from the latest episode we just dropped on Saturday night. So keep coming through to check us out.
You can find B Dix, the wise man, on Cash App at 989. Find me, Jackie Miles, the final host, on Instagram and on Twitter at Jackie Miles 42. Find us all on Instagram at Ebony Championship Wrestling and on X at Ebony Championship Rest. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you're notified every time the boys hit the screen. We'll see y'all next time. This is ECW signing off. But Coach, let them know.
We ain't never tapping out.
See y'all next time. Have a good night.
Peace.